What's going on, everyone? We're waking up to a few different stories of violence in the international arena. And so let's discuss, is it as horrific as it sounds, or do we have some optimistic questions to ask, even in light of terrible violence? And so I'm referring to skirmishes between Cambodian and Thai forces. Where jets as well as missiles were launched. It appears that troops are being mobilized in some meaningful sense. We have reports of Syrian troops committing violence against a marginalized Druze population in Syria, and then 31 reported casualties in Palestine, civilian casualties at the hands of the IDF forces. And so, what's remarkable about this, or one of the things I always consider, is well, each of these situations seems horrific, but we have different types of questions to ask. For example, in the case of Cambodia and Thai forces clashing, why can't we look at like regional powers, or even if we were to say a regional hegemon, shouldn't it be true that there is a larger truth that boils up than conflict being an optimal solution? In the case of Syria, we might ask more deeply about nation building, about post-Civil War reconciliation, and what support systems exist, which maybe even have very little or nothing to do with very, very, very horrible, horrible civil war in Syria. And then finally, in Israel and Palestine, if we are zooming out of what's now become almost a hashtag version of a war nestled within an actual war, shouldn't it be true that we can ask questions, all kinds of questions? Why can't we ask about the support that Arab and Western nations have been able to provide? Why can't we ask about the sort of layers of transparency that appear to be making more sense when we're seeing these mass casualty events in civilian areas? And so, yeah, this is one of the strange wisdom truths, is that even when we see horrific violence and it's actually involving other humans being killed or something like this, these situations also provide an almost necessary lens that there's a better way to do things. And so, without being overly optimistic, overly hopeful, people with a sense of responsibility, duty, and a tiny bit of understanding of geopolitics should see that a better way is possible. Maybe not much more than that. Thanks for watching.